Hey y'all, it's a drizzly Saturday morning. Want to do a whole lot of stuff early this morning, but I don't know if this rain's gonna really kick in. Big thunderclouds up over there. Looks kind of iffy, but I got some other things I can do. I am gonna go to the farmer's market, even if it's just for a real quick visit. I'm gonna go see Josh and Mandy. You might remember them. I did a video with them a long time ago, about a year ago, and went out to their place, and they were just setting up this really awesome farmer's market garden, and got some really beautiful updates to show you. And I want to tell you about their new YouTube channel and get you to go there. It's called Josh and Mandy, and they've probably got about 6 or 8, maybe 10 videos up. They just did a series on making their chicken coop all out of reclaimed pallet wood, and it looks pretty sharp. He's a handy guy. She's really smart. She knows a whole lot about herbs and gardening, and I think they're going to have a really good channel. If I can figure out a way to put the link up here or down in the description, I will. And anyway, when we go see him, we'll talk more about it. I'm going to bring him these plants here. This is cranberry hibiscus. It makes these really cool flowers, and after the flower goes, it makes this, it's called a calyx. It's kind of like a rose hip or I don't know, it looks kind of like a little alien. Real dark red, and it's kind of crunchy, juicy. It's got a bunch of seeds in the middle that you don't eat, but all around the outside of it is real, it'll stain your fingers red. You make tea with it, you make drinks with it, you can eat it raw, or they dry it, and it's really good. Tastes a lot like cranberries, real tangy, sweet, and it's popular down in Jamaica. They call it Jamaican sorrel. Yeah, Jamaican sorrel, I think is what they call it down there. And I don't know if I have any pictures from it when I grew it a couple of years ago. I tried to grow it last year, and it had a nice plant up in the front there, and someone came along and yanked it, the whole plant, and then filled in the hole, put the wood chips out around it, so I didn't get any last year, but I've got a bunch planted in the back, and I still have a few more under my shop light inside that I'm gonna do some strategic planting and gifting with. So anyway, I'm gonna give them these, and I'm gonna try to get over to their place and show you what they're doing over there. Maybe we can do a collaboration. And gonna put my hummingbird feeders up, hopefully today, this weekend. And I've got a friend, Dr. Josephson, who he keeps bees, and he has a really nice little orchard, and he's just a old-timey gardener, cool guy. He's an actor at the Lamplight Theater. He's also a college professor up at SFA. And anyway, he told me that he's been seeing hummingbirds already out on his property, so I'm gonna get my hummingbird feeder out. This is the same one I used last year. I've got a couple little plastic ones that I'm not gonna use again. They just look funky. They kind of got, I don't know, the plastics just got ugly. And I got these hummingbird nectar packs. I know a lot of people don't like using this. They'd rather make it themselves. And they don't think the hummingbirds need the red dye, but I don't think it's gonna hurt them. And if you do the trick that I do, when the end of the hummingbird season happens, they mark this stuff down, and you can get these things for, you know, $5 for $1, $4 for $1, and so it's cheap, good way to go. But don't wait till the end of the season. Go out and get a hummingbird feeder now, and if you don't want to use this stuff, you can figure out the recipe. It's sugar water, and get those things out. I'll show you some pictures. Hopefully I can get some footage of the hummingbirds this year. And well, let's see. Hummingbirds, oh, and tomato plants. I've got a few tomato plants that made it, and then I bought a few cherry tomato plants, and I've got them out in the garden, and they're doing okay, doing well, and they've got little suckers on them already. And usually I just pinch them off when they're teeny tiny, and I will continue to do that, but there's some good sized ones on there right now, right at the base, and I'm gonna take them and use them to start some new plants. So that's what I'm gonna get started on, and hopefully I'll show you some progress.
Hey, I just wanted to take a second and show you my beautiful rose bush. It's really starting to open up, and it smells awesome. Beautiful rose. I don't know if you can tell on the video, but they've got this really pretty orange tint to the pink flower. And this tree is just bush. This tree is just loaded with roses. Here is my new fig tree. I've got a second one now. It's a Celeste fig. And this is the fig that Amy gave me, and it's doing great. Here is some volunteer squash. I think it must be from the squash plant that was in the Sex in the Garden video. Here is one of the tomatoes. Look at the suckers on there, on the stem there. I'm going to take some of those, or I'm going to take all of them, and make new plants with them. And here's another, this is a little pear tomato, little red sweet 100 cherry tomato, some purslane growing in there too. That's good to eat. Little frog. And here's one of my mom's frogs. It's from Germany. This is the thyme planter. I got lemon thyme and English thyme and more lemon thyme. And hopefully those cucumbers there and this cherry tomato will grow up, and grow all the way up these poles. The Malabar spinach sure will. Hey, these are my Egyptian walking onions. And instead of having a big pom-pom bloom when it goes to seed, it makes little baby onionettes, little tiny onions. And when they get full size, the onion stem will fall over kind of like a slinky. And that's kind of the walking part. And where those little baby onions land is where the onions will grow next year. But you can just pop them off and plant those onions anywhere you want. They're real easy to share. Ah, there they are. Hey, it's Josh and Mandy.
How's it going?
Hey, great. Was a nice rainy, chilly morning you guys got here today, isn't it? You're troopers though, you're out here.
Gotta come out.
Hey guys, I wanted to introduce you to everybody on my channel and tell them about your new channel. They probably remember you from the time we came out for the little tour of your garden last year, but you've got a groovy new channel now, and what's it called?
Josh and Mandy, we're just
Really creative. You spent some time on that, didn't you?
We're just starting out, so we're just trying things.
I've watched your videos. They're really good. You've got a good videographer eye, and you're clever, and I really love that giant chicken coop you made. I could live in that. It looks very Where'd you get the idea for that flooring thing? Is that something you came up with, or?
Oh yeah, we used that in our smaller chicken coop we built first. That's the same kind of floor.
That's awesome. People got to go check out those videos. I'm going to try to leave a link for that. But the floor is a slide-out floor. That's really cool. Well, hey, man, I'm not going to be around here bugging you too much. I know you got a lot of people coming up and down. So I got some plants that I wanted to give you, some cranberry hibiscus. I told some of the viewers what it's all about, and here, I'll bring them up. The poor cranberry hibiscus in the wind. Well, people have seen them now. You can set them down somewhere where they won't get messed up. Now, those are the things you make the drinks with, or tea with, the calyxes on there. And plant them where they're going to have a little bit of room to grow, and we'll come and do an update on them when they get going.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, I want to get out there soon and check everything out and do a video part 2. That'd be cool?
Absolutely.
I got to do it before you guys are like some big, huge channel. You don't have time for little channels like mine.
It's always
We'll
time
have
for
time
two.
for you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.